Hey, what's up you guys? Today we are gonna do Yarii Reads, and today I am reviewing 13 Reasons Why. So this book was recommended to me by my friend Valeria, and she was right. I really liked it. This book begins with Clay Jensen receiving a shoebox with 12 cassette tapes, 12 or 13 cassette tapes, 14 cassette tapes. I honestly don't remember how many there were, but there were some cassette tapes in there. So then he starts playing them, and it turns out that it's his classmate's voice, Hannah Baker. Hannah Baker had just committed suicide, and these tapes had the reasons why she had killed herself. So Hannah sets out 2 rules: that they must listen, whoever's listening to the tapes, they must listen to all the tapes no matter if they're in it or not. And number 2, that they must send them to the next person, because even if they don't send them, she still has somehow I'm not gonna say who, somehow another way to get it to them, regardless if the other person returns them or not. So either way, everybody in that list is gonna get to hear them. People on the list have stories in the tape, and they are, I guess, not exactly the reason why, but situations that happened between that person and Hannah of why she committed suicide. So as Clay is listening to the tapes, he is shocked to, I guess, find out the truth about everyone and all his friends, and he just doesn't know why he is in these tapes, because he thinks that he hasn't done anything bad to Hannah. So some of the reasons that are explained in the tapes with the stories about why Hannah committed suicide are that someone started rumors that she was, I guess, to be nicer with the word, we are going to call her promiscuous, which she obviously wasn't, but for some reason she believed it, and I don't know how to explain it. You have to read the book to understand. Another reason is that in some way she allowed someone to be raped. She was also present, I guess you can say that word, during a car accident. Or not present, but she kind of allowed the car accident to occur, which is not, I really wouldn't consider it her fault. And other people also take advantage of her in numerous ways, and she just ends up feeling lonely and sad, depressed, and like there's no other reason to live. So we finally get to why Clay is in these tapes, which was a shock to me. I don't know if I should say why or not. You can tell that someone's in love with someone or they like someone, but I'm not going to give more details about that. And eventually Clay learns from this experience, because Hannah was in a class where they had like a little, like bags, I guess, like 1 bag per person, and you could put comments about them, like nice comments or whatever, or a topic that you would like to speak about in class. So Hannah had placed in that bag about committing suicide, but she didn't put her name obviously, and like I don't think the professor knew either. So people started saying, well, who is it? Like, oh, they probably just want attention, and they just went on in the bad way. Like they didn't help her probably on the way that she wanted. Another professor as well, she went to him for help, but he didn't refuse, he just wasn't able to help her. And I guess he wasn't able to help her much because she already had like kind of like her mindset to that wrong idea. So the last word of this book is Sky, who is a girl, a classmate of Clay and Hannah's, well, former classmate of Hannah's, and she's kind of like in the same situation as Hannah, and because of the tapes, Clay decides to help Sky, he decides to help Sky, and kind of like, I mean, he's not able to fix Hannah's situation obviously because she's gone, but he is willing to prevent another horrible situation like that. As usual, I have selected some quotes in here and I will read them to you guys. So the first one is the moment when Clay is talking to one of the classmates on the tapes, I don't belong in those tapes. Hannah just wanted an excuse to kill herself. He thinks that it's just like, oh, let me just say, let me just try to get attention this way, or somehow, I don't know what's wrong with this kid, but I felt like it was really mean that he said that. Another quote that I really like, and it's totally true, is one that Hannah says on the tapes. She says, you don't know what went on the rest of my life at home. Even at school, you don't know what goes on in anyone's life but your own. And when you mess with one part of a person's life, you're not messing just with that part. Unfortunately, you can't be that precise and selective. When you mess with one part of a person's life, you're messing with their entire life. So this is really true. A lot of the times we see people that are smiling or happy, but we don't know if they are happy or if they're just putting up a front, so that people won't really find out what's going on at home. And it's true, the way that some kids messed with Hannah, for other people it would be insignificant, but with her, with such a fragile psyche, for her it was just devastating. And this is what people need to understand. Jay Asher, the author of this book, he also included in the back, you can't stop the future, you can't rewind the past. The only way to learn the secret is to press play. And I kind of like that too, because it's true, you can't stop the future. And like Clay learned, he can't go back in time and help Hannah. So now he was only, I guess he did learn in the end, and everybody else did, because I'm sure they all felt really guilty after knowing what happened, but now they know like better. Like now they know how to actually act and how to, I don't know, I guess how to be kind to one another. So if any of you guys are thinking about committing suicide, or you know someone who might, you can contact the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, and you can also chat online, and I would put the phone number right here. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this version of Yarii Reads, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!